Okay. You got it, opponent. Who plays main deck negate nowadays? Opt. So we're gonna hang around just to see what our opponent's even on. Like we know they're obviously on a control deck. Uh, yeah, Mystic Sanctuary, get back negate, sure. I don't know what opponent's doing. Let's neonate and cast a merchant. We're just gonna go on the beatdown plan here. Uh, so we can find something better to do. Foff, sure. So they have Nexus, Anger, Utopia Sprawl, Negate, and Stomping Grounds. I don't really care about Negate or Nexus of Fate or them having more mana. Like, they already have a ton of mana. So I think it's just, if they want to take one card off of this, they can. And they don't. Yeah, they're going to take the 4 cards. Just makes the most sense. But obviously, like, Anger just wrecks us in our entire plan here. So they're like a Nexus of Fate deck. So maybe, I think this is some kind of Teamer Reclamation deck. Hey, yeah, we are back. We are back, Etron. I don't. My computer just it does that sometimes. It's just like, oh, they just had the anger. Sure. Uh, do I want to discard here in hopes of drawing into exactly? We'll do it. And this gives them an idea of what we want to breach into, which they probably already have an idea, but I think we'll just concede here. There's no reason to keep fighting this game out. So Moon here should be good, and Veil should be good. We can likely cut a couple cathartic reunions and all the lightning bolts. And maybe just 2 moons in here. I don't know. Moon seems like it's going to be really good against them. Could a single Simeon and a single through the breach. So you can see here we're just kind of cutting down a little bit on combo because we know it's going to be difficult to combo them. And on cards that are going to be bad into their counter spells, and maxing out on cards that we think are going to be able to force stuff through or disrupt our opponent. I actually think I might want to just get rid of all of those. We have 8 ways to discard. So maybe trimming Gorios and keeping in the Simeon is probably fine. Yeah, I like that. We need a land, but this is good. So we're going to get a Blood Crypt and Neonate. Yep, that Utopia Sprawl here. Got him. Grizzy B. Alright, so let's pay 7, draw 7. And attack. Pay 7, draw 7. And we still didn't draw it, so pay 7 more, draw 7. There's our Fury. Cast, we can exile Merchant and Neonate. Pay 7, draw 7. Actually, we don't want to reveal that one. Got him. GG's, turn 2 kill. Fun. Fun. I think we're good where we're at there. Yeah, I like where we're at here. The Goryo's kill is something that I don't want to rely too much on because it's hard to kill them early and it's easy for them to disrupt the graveyard hate. So how do we feel about something like this? We obviously don't have our threat, but we do have some stuff going on here. Have Prism to get us 2 through the breach, so we can turn 3 through the breach here. If we need to. I think we have better hands though. This is not one of them. Actually, this might just be fine. We're on the draw. So what we can actually do here is we can just kind of skip our. So we have 2 options here. We can not play anything, and then the next turn we'll draw a card, not play anything, and then the next turn we can go, Black Leaf, exile Simian Spirit Guide, Goryo's Vengeance, and try to kill that way. And we'll just discard Grizzlebrand to hand size. And I think that's probably our best bet here. Because I don't know about trying to through the breach. Just because they seem like they're such a reactive deck. I'm going to feel bad not doing it though, so I think we're going to play to the board here. The other line's just really risky. If they answer the Goryos, then we lose. So we can try like an in-step through the breach later. Or if we ever draw into a discard outlet, we have that option. We have the threat and we have 2 options. So like a Insolent Neonate would actually be awesome. As a threat that they probably don't really want to answer. Also, drawing any of our, hate pieces would be great. Just what I. So yeah, we're just gonna slowly go through this game and try and pick our spot to go off Fabled Passage. So they literally, I mean, this is like straight up out of Pioneer, not even Pioneer Standard really. Gonna tap out here, Wilderness Wreck, so they get to untap. One turn short. That's the danger here. Is like they still can't tap out. That was a great draw. This might have been the best draw we had in the deck here. Because now we can. So they're gonna Factor Fiction here. And I think we just breach in response. Because like they'll still get the untap, but what do they even do? I guess they could still just take an extra turn, which is gonna feel really bad for us. So let's let them flop here. So I don't really care about Gust actually. So they can Gust Mystic Sanctuary or Gust Foff Wilderness Reclamation. Maybe this, yeah. That way they only have one Gust. They'd probably take Foff Gust here. They didn't. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get in for one here. So what we like here is we can go for the breach. If they gust it, we just put it right back on top. So add instep. Are they going to float any mana? They're probably going to fob here. Sure. So really hope they don't take the negate pile. They did. Okay. So that's a little bit more annoying. So we can cast through the breach. Aether guessed it. Put it on the top. Little shock here. Stamp caster mage. Target gust. Okay. We know they have a negate in hand. I'm not going to attack here just because they could just go off and kill us here. I don't hate Wilderness Reclamation. I love Wilderness Reclamation decks. Yeah, we'll take 2. Makes it kind of awkward for us because we can't draw as many cards with Crystal Brand, but I wish they would quit drawing Foffs. Surprised they didn't just tap this Blast Zone. Like, even if they plan on blowing it up, like, they still could have tapped it for 1 extra mana. What are you gonna do? So we know that we get to draw. Like, blowing Blast Zone up is actually like a really good line for them, and I don't think they notice it yet. Maybe though. Putting 3 charge counters on it. Got it. You're trying to get this up to. Alright, so now we're on the same plan. Cast this here. Mana Leak. So we can pay for this, but we know they have negate. But we could use this simian. We could basically trade the simian spirit guide to get this negate out of their hand. Yep. All right. Can we get one more turn? Hmm. I do think it's funny too that with decks like this, you can sometimes like bait your opponent with through the breach because you're just like, oh well, through the breach you, haha. And you may actually have nothing, but they might not be able to beat whatever you have. If we draw another land, we very well could just hard cast Gristlebrand, and that is that is like worthy of noting. Hmm. So I think the best thing that could happen is we're gonna sack our Neonate, and we need to draw like I would love to draw Blood Moon. I would love to draw uh, Veil. Any of those cards are absolutely great and pretty much win us the game. It's been an interesting game. No, I would love Wilderness Reclamation to be more playable, but and I think it would be if it wasn't for a lot of the other stuff going on right now in Modern. Because this card's very good. It's very similar to Fires in a lot of formats, where like the longer it sits here, the more value they accrue from it. But like they have to have stuff to do with that mana. But when they do, like we watch our opponent, Foff and then hold up counter magic. So our opponent disconnected again. Fingers crossed we won't disconnect again. Uh, but yeah, Veil or Blood Moon are both great right here. Because it'll just shut out our opponent completely or force them to respond and use counter magic where on a non-lethal threat, but something that would definitely impede their game plan. And and they might go for putting counters on Blast Zone here, but that still isn't good enough if we can go off. I'm surprised. I'm pretty sure, didn't we give them another? No, they didn't take the other Wilderness Reclamation that we tried to give them. All right, opponent's back. Ooh, this will be funny. Watch them filter all of this into that Blast Zone and know that, and think Gristlebrand's a 7 drop when in fact it's an 8 drop. A lot of people think that because there's so many 7s on the card. Gristlebrand is actually an 8 drop. Also, wouldn't mind just like, drawing a pig. Pig would be fine here too. Get like a decent fair game plan going. And pig just like, is a threat in itself that they have to answer. Yep, put 3 charge counters on Blessing. Got it. Untap all your manas. Alright. Blackleaf Cliffs is very unfortunate. I think we just want to go for this here, though. I don't think we really have much of a chance or an opportunity to not go for it. We can keep waiting, but then they're just going to get this blast zone up high enough that it actually matters unless they actually think Gristlebrand's a 7-drop. Uh, so I think we just want to discard Gristlebrand and see what we draw here. Veil. Ilharg. Not the worst. Not the best, though. So let's try and Goryo's Grizzy Bee back. Gust doesn't work here. They have to have actual counter magic. Mana Leak, we can pay for 1 Mana Leak. Spell Snare. Alright. Pig. Go. Veil of Summer's fine. Trying to draw a card. Means they're out of stuff. Blue, blue. Aether Gust the pig. We'll put it on top. So I actually just thought about this. Because we've been, playing this now. How good would this deck? How many blue discard enablers do we have? Like, obviously we're slower, but could this deck be good if it was like Grixis and could play islands so that you could like get back, like you could Mystic Sanctuary back these cards after either having them discarded or because like this is the point right here, like where if we drew like a fetch land, it would win us the game, pretty much. If we had like a Mystic Sanctuary in our deck. Ilharg. Let it resolve. Yes. Alright, we might be able to race here, chat. Activating Castle Vantress, that's okay. Come on, let them whiff. Let's win with some pig beats. What are you saying do it to, E-Tron? You saying do it like jam the Ilharg or try putting, a Mystic Sanctuary Gristlebrand deck together? Obviously, you would still need red for Through the Breach, because it is a key card here. They're just holding back Snap for Ilharg. I don't know what our opponent is doing. Like, what mana sink do they have where they don't need to tap and they don't tap their breeding pool? Do they just have like actual expansion explosion? That would be pretty cool. It looks like they have. That's exactly what they have. That or maybe they have the other stupid card, the Blue Sun Zenith. So they have it. No, they have expansion explosion in their deck. Ah, thought we were gonna get there. Well, that's a sad way to lose off the top deck expansion explosion. We definitely weren't drawing anything anytime soon. That was our moon. So yeah, this deck has always kind of struggled against the decks that have interaction, but like things like burn and uh, your other fast combo decks, things like that. Yeah, I agree, Eldrazi I think like the Sanctuary deck with this kind of style stuff could be interesting. I just always think like, how can I jam Mystic Sanctuary into a deck? Uh, and TBH, maybe Boil is actually good in our sideboard right now to compete against the island decks. We could just cut the green altogether. I think Veil of Summer's still just a better card though. But being able to sanctuary back uh, our stuff. I mean, this is just turn two combo, so yeah, we're keeping. They're on a Yorion deck on the play, so hopefully they don't have turn two interaction, but we're keeping. No fear. Search for tomorrow. Okay. So this is the Yorion Rug Shift deck. Alright, so that was actually not an awful draw. So we want to wait here. Merchant of the Veils is actually a better discard outlet than Neonate is. Because Merchant of the Veil we can do at instant speed. So like right here, we're hoping to just see them tap out. So I think we're just gonna go for it here. No reason not to. Let's haggle. Discarding Grizzlebrand. Drew another Goryo's Vengeance. That's always nice to see. Was kind of worried about Quaddle here, but they won't have enough snow permanents for it to have Death Touch, but it will be able to block for a turn. Not sure what opponent is waiting on. Alright. So let's go ahead and attack first before we do anything. Because the less activations we need, the better. Because I don't want to like accidentally lose to a lightning bolt here. Pay 7, draw 7. Pay 7, draw 7. Alright. Pay 7, draw 7. There's our other Fury. Got him. Also, this is the fun part about having bolts in your deck, because Simian Spirit Guide sometimes can just, you draw, if like if we would have not drawn a Fury there, but it had been a Simian Spirit Guide, we could have just exiled the guide and went bolt, bolt, kill you. So bolt gives you a little bit of leeway there. So same stuff as last time. Blood Moon's great here. Veil's great here. And then I think we probably want to ditch Cathartic Reunion, because it's the worst into their counter magic, especially on the draw. And we can ditch probably a single through the breach. And I actually think I messed up here by putting 4 Veils in the sideboard. I think 3 is the correct number. So we'll keep this 1 bolt here. Because I don't think we want to draw multiple Veils. Very often at least. But yeah, good old turn 2 kill. Never can complain about that. We're gonna mill this hand because it does nothing. And if you want a good, fun modern deck, I mean, I think this is a good, fun modern deck. So we can actually, I like this hand because we could probably force Blood Moon through. And I think I'm just gonna ditch Veil. Turn off the upkeep, stop. Astrolabe, you got it, my man. Love to draw a basic swamp or a way to fetch basic swamp. That's not that. So we'll probably just get our mountain here. It's merchant. And get rid of Wooded Foothills. And there's Ilharg, which is a great follow-up to this moon. Sweet. So next turn, we'll probably play our Overgrown Tomb. So we're going to go for a turn 4 Blood Moon. So Blood Moon with Veil backup. Because they just... That art's sweet. See, why don't we get these kind of cards in paper? Like, Moto has some awesome Moto-only arts. So there's Neonate. So let's just play this tapped. Play Neonate here. Nothing doing here for them trying to counter it. So what we'll probably do is we'll probably just shock in Overgrown Tomb, fire off Veil, and see what they do. If they just go ahead and counter Veil, then we have one spell out of their way. Like we're still gonna jam Moon into that. But if they let Veil resolve, then Moon just resolves, and that's even better for us. Actually, now that I think about it, we might just jam Moon here and see what they do. Moon just basically the thing about Moon though, it means they can't kill us. So let's Veil. So now they have to have like a cryptic bounce and a way to win. This really does cut them off a lot of stuff. It's not great because obviously they had their Astrolabe and they had 3 basics, but I don't think I can wait for a land to be able to just go to have Veil plus Ilharg. Yeah, Yorion's fine. So that was another thing I kind of wanted to do. I figured they might get into this where they needed to play a Yorion. And would absolutely love to draw a Gristlebrand sometime soon too. Yeah, we can race here for sure. And next turn, since we have Ilharg and we're probably going to get to attack with it, we will we'll be looking to sack the Neonate and see if we can find a Grizzlebrand. But no, just a 6/6 Trampler is pretty solid here. Yep. Attack us for the 4/5. Like, we're still definitely not out of the woods by any means. Like, this Blood Moon is only preventing them from doing some things. I'm sure they have a lot of stuff that they can do with these islands, but, you know, they don't have their red mana, they don't have their green mana. Or at least not in doubles like they have it through Astrolabe, but 7. Since they attacked with Yorion here, 7, 8, 9, we might actually just put the Sea and Spirit Guide into play and beat down and see if we can win that way. We're gonna Cryptic here. Seems like the worst time to Cryptic on our upkeep. Unless they have another counterspell to counter this moon. Yeah, tap all of our creatures, draw a card. That's fine. Gorios. That's an interesting one. I don't know how I feel about that line. Probably just gonna play this Simian Spirit Guide. And I don't know why they didn't bounce our moon. Other than the fact they just don't have escape shift. But like we're still ahead on the race here. Like they have a 4 turn clock or a 3 turn clock, and we have a 2 turn clock with the ability to possibly make it even a bigger uh, swing. Like if we draw a Gristlebrand, we could just kill him on the next turn. Uro's fine. Yeah, gain a little bit of life. We still have a 2 turn clock though. Yep. Get a mountain. Get in with Yorion. But see, like here they can't cryptic us. So there's another moon. So we're going to go ahead and attack and see what they want to do here. I don't feel like giving up our 2 turn clock to try and find a Gristlebrand, so we'll just attack. Can play a second Blood Moon just in case they think they're going to bounce and kill us. They can't cast Uro. So like they have to have bolts here. That's the only card I'm really worried about, and I feel like they would have bolted this already if they had bolts. Yeah, if they have bolt, you know, they got us, but which they must have if they're still attacking with this Yorion. I'm very confused. They gotta have Cryptic here then? Is it Charm here? Sure. So, okay. That's interesting. So our one out is that we can draw into Bolt off of this. Let's discard Pentat Prism. Gristlebrand, okay. Think we were just short there. That's a little tilting that we were just short. I guess we have one draw at it. No, because Insolent Neonate's not legendary. That's from our graveyard. Yep, they got us on that one. It was close. We should have gone for the Gristlebrand kill. Bring an extra bolt, and we can cut one of the moons. I like where we're at here. We also are a lot better on the play. That is one thing for sure. Because that's where we can get the turn 2. without them having really any mana up for it. They don't have things like as long as they don't have like Spell Pierce. That's like the only real card that could get us off one mana. That was probably my mistake too. There was to that's tough though, to but obviously that means they have some kind of interaction. And we would have known that it couldn't have been with the Ilharg because then we could discard it and just put it into play. That wouldn't have really mattered though, so yeah, I think it was correct to just go for the Gristlebrand kill there in hindsight. But hindsight's always 2020, so close game, fun game though, fun interactive game. That is the one thing about it. If you do want to get into modern and you want a deck, in this one, honestly, you can build it a lot cheaper than this. You don't have to have Blood Moons and Chalices in your board. That's just an option. This original list I actually got as we made the mana budget, and it was just straight black red, no veils, no chalices, no blood moons. But everything else in here is pretty inexpensive, and some of the games they're a blast. They're they're so fun because they are so interactive, and you get into these weird interactions where your deck's not necessarily doing what it's doing, but you get to see uh, how else you can win games. So that one's always interesting. Change our record here while we're waiting on OP. I remember when this deck was actually popular. I had a copy of it. It was different. Didn't have the Fury of the Horde version. It had the oh, what was his name? Borborygmos enraged. Who would like to play first? But yeah, we had Borborygmos back then, and that's how you would win. You had Shoal, so you would just like Shoal and the World Spine Worm. That way had a lot more threats than this one does, which is why it is a little bit better at doing some things. And I had seen other versions of this list that ran Emrakul just as a easy way to cheese out some wins, but I mean we're close here. We need the Gorios though. It just doesn't feel good enough there, because we very well just do nothing with this hand. So let's mull. This is basically the same hand, but we have a little bit of extra mana here. Hmm. So if we merchant, it's the thing is like if we go right off the bat and discard our Emrakul, or not Emrakul, our Gristlebrand, then we need to draw a land and we need to draw stuff. So I think we just want to mulligan this one too. And this hand's not awful actually, because what we can do is we can just pitch this and pitch this. We have early moon, so uh, we can kind of rely on that one and then try and find our way to how we're going to win the game. But yeah, they're going to get one basic and one basic only. and we just kind of have to hope they don't draw into a bunch of them or have a bunch of them already. But relying on turn 2 Moon is not. I mean, it sucks that they got Astrolabe there. That's kind of unfortunate, but see that we can, if we can cut them off of a little bit more here. Would love to get a swamp here, a land that fetches swamp. That would be great, so that our Goryo's Vengeance is actually alive. Simeon, not the worst. So, yep, Blood Moon. And we've seen, if you've watched an stream, we played a lot of snow based Astrolabe decks, and even though you have these tools at your disposal, if you don't draw them a ton, Moon can still be pretty, like, right there. Not having a basic is huge. It's going to keep them off of a lot of things. And all right, so now we're just looking to draw into a way to win the game and hope our opponent does not get too much going before that. Quaddle, Gross Spiral. That's unfortunate, but uh, still just mountains here. And they find the yeah, that's unfortunate too. This deck is very good at finding its basics, sadly, and that's what I said. That Astrolabe is going to end up hurting us, but we just need to find a way to win this game before anything gets too bad. So let's Merchant here. So we're gonna haggle, probably discarding Goryo's Vengeance. And we draw Goryo's Vengeance. Fun! This is not looking great, chat. I needed to draw into some lands and some Gristlebrand's or something to do. Another Growth Spiral, so they're digging. They have lands. Still a lot of mountains, though. Sadly, Cryptic is live for them, though. Jesus Christ. I think we have to actually exile the Simeon and just cast this Merchant and hope that we can... We need to draw a mana source, which remains fine. We still need to draw a mana source, but we need to get something on the battlefield to do. This has been pretty brutal right here to just kind of draw triple Goryo's Vengeance when we most definitely don't need it. Lands here would be great. Neonate. Probably. I think we actually just want to go ahead and discard Goryo's and draw a card. Haggle. In a Cryptic this. Yeah. So yeah, now we're probably dead because we just haven't done anything. Feels bad. Yep, that's unfortunate. We'll be surprised if we survive this turn. I don't know why they tapped 3 random blue mana over there. They're just going to go ahead and escape shift here. That's what it looks like. Yep, GG's opponent. GG's. Oh my gosh. Not the best of draws there. We gotta quit playing as much jank on the stream because we sometimes we do really good, but sometimes we just absolutely get rocked like we did there. Granted, a lot of that was our deck drawing poorly for us, but our opponent is also playing superior cards. I'm excited though. I think we're gonna get a sweet legacy stream on Thursday. Been looking for some different legacy decks to play around with, but every time I just find myself and I'm like, would I rather play this than play Eldrazi Stompy? And the answer is always no. So we have Cathartic Reunion. They can try and draw us into, what are we playing against? A Luris deck. So we're likely to get the crap discarded out of us. Deck does a whole lot, or this hand does a whole lot of nothing, but I think we can keep it. We're not super fast, but against Disruption, I don't think being super fast really matters. So obviously don't like having the Fury here, but being able to like Cathartic Reunion and discard both of these, or at least one of them, depending on what we draw, feels good. Them leading on Windswept Teeth feels even better. It's not, Giver. Got it. Yes. Alright, so gonna wait here, and I think we're going to go ahead and I think we're gonna haggle on instep. This looks like Devoted Druid. We can haggle on instep and hopefully, yeah, hopefully we hit something pretty good. The Gorios is what we're looking for here. Let's say no reason to get in with that Giver. If I did, I was gonna fire off this bolt super fast. Just discard Ilharg. Gorios. Boo. So here, I think we just want to. We can't lightning bolt. Like lightning bolting Giver doesn't do anything, so we might as well just Cathartic Reunion and hope we find something. Like if they have Vizier and a way to kill us, then they kill us. Like there's nothing we can do about it. Skip Blood Crypt. Yes. Let's discard Fury and Blackleaf Cliffs. I guess Fury and Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt's not going to do anything for us other than maybe force through some damage, but I don't think that matters. That's an oof. So next turn we'll get to Cathartic Reunion again, pitching lands and hoping to find a Goryo's if we make it to next turn, assuming. Or our opponent might have just had like the nut hand. They do not, which is good for us. No reason to attack with Giver. Yeah, okay. We live to die another day. Alright, so that one's actually interesting. The Through the Breach there. But we might have time to get there. But it feels really bad to... Because next turn they attack us for 3. But we know they don't have a Vizier. So this will guarantee that next turn we can cast our stuff. So I think we just do it and jam Merchant here, actually, just as a blocker to keep our life total high. Next time we play Swamp, Simian Spirit Guide, Through the Breach, Gristlebrand. It's a Canopy. They have all the mana in the world. No reason to block here because they're just going to give it pro red. Other than to keep our life total high, which I think is relevant because we could draw twice here. Yeah, good pro red, we trade. Yeah, we want to be able to draw twice. This is really risky from them too, just because it leaves this open to a bolt. Or leaves them open to a bolt. Another Giver. So let's swamp. Exile Simian Spirit Guide for red mana. Through the Breach. Gristlebrand in play. None of your stuff flies. Attack. Pay 7, draw 7. Pay 7, draw 7. Alright. Not looking great here. We might just fizzle and die. Alright, so we actually did not draw a Fury, but we do have wow, I can't believe we didn't draw a Fury there. And 21 draws. So I'm trying to think. We actually have one out here, which is we can... Not even like we drew into like Exile, Triple, Simian Spirit Guide. So we could gamble on it being in our top three cards, or we could gamble on them attacking with everything, or attacking with Giver and Luris and keeping one Giver back. Uh, I don't think they're gonna see this line coming, so even if we blatantly telegraph it. Oh no, that's only cancel. Undo, undo. So we can play one neonate. We can play two neonates, but they give it pro red and then they kill us. So yeah, we just have to go for the Cathartic Reunion line. So there's a Fury. We should be good here. Whew, that one was close. I thought we lost that one. I wonder if they have Path main deck. Yeah, we got it. Okay, so in this matchup, we want extra removal. Bontus isn't the best thing ever, but it's fine if they try to get into the grindier game. And the Braid's good. We want bolts. We can cut a Cathartic Reunion, a single Simian Spirit Guide, and Tremagorios, because usually they play Tormod's Crypt on the board. And if they just have early Tormod's Crypt, I'm going to feel really bad about having Gorios in my deck. Uh, what do we want this last cut to be? Trim on Gorios completely feels pretty bad. Because we want to be fast here. Because we can just kill them because they don't have a ton of interaction. So, keep a Braid. We just cut the like a extra reunion and a prism. Again, though, we want to be fast, so like prism's good. I think I'm just gonna ditch prism. Because I mean, we're bringing cards in so that we can play a little bit slower, even though we want to be fast. So this hand's definitely not great. Uh, So we're gonna ship it. This hand's not too bad actually. We're just looking to draw a way to get this into play, have a way to slow opponent down. So yeah, we'll keep this. Uh, Probably just gonna. So I kind of want to keep our Simian Spirit Guide just in case we need to. So let's just pitch the Prism. Even though I know Prism gives us mana, da 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 da. An opponent just concedes there, so free wins, we'll take them. Sad to see though, because thought these matches were going to be pretty interesting, but maybe they mulliganed into oblivion, and or maybe they're just having a bad night. I've been there before, so we'll take our easy win. Never going to complain. Finally getting a dub up there in the record column for tonight. We will be on the play because our deck loves that. All right, we're 1-2 now. Waiting on opponent over there. Yep, hand doesn't do anything, so we'll pitch that one. They're a Zerda deck. It's probably the Black Cocoa Zerda deck right here. Alright, so we have a Neonate, we have Goryo's Vengeance, we have Pentad Prism, and we have Through the Breach. We also have Bolt. So which one of these do we want to get rid of, is the question. Like, if we just want to try and Goldfish them, I think it's Bolt. I don't want to go to 5, really. If we just kind of want to Goldfish them, I think it's Bolt. And then, we can turn 1 Neonate, turn 2 Prism, and if we draw into our stuff, we have ways to do it. Because it's going to feel weird if we ditch the Prism, it's going to feel weird having the Breach. If we ditch the Breach, it's going to feel weird having all this extra mana just to have this Bolt, but... So I think I want to pitch Bolt here, and if we get combo killed, we get combo killed, and I'm going to feel like an idiot, but... We also have zero clue what our opponent could be on, but I'm assuming it's the Umbral Mantle deck. Alright, so let's get a Blood Crypt here. Play Insolent Neonate. And pass. Griselbrand on the top, please. Starting on Bird. Alright, this could also be the Heliod combo. Play Pentad Prism. Then we'll attack with this Neonate, and then we're going to give it one more turn before we just fire it off and ditch the Vengeance. So like if our draw next turn isn't actual factual Griselbrand or something, we're just going to fire it off, and or even like Pig. Pig's not even as great here. We'd probably just rather hardcast Pig. So it's probably Griselbrand or bust. Giver. Glad we didn't keep that bolt now. But they are on a one-lander. Grizzlebrand. Simeon Spirit Guide. So let's go ahead and discard Argorio's Vengeance. Grizzlebrand. Another Simeon Spirit Guide. Alright, so let's just play a Simeon. We'll get a Mountain. And with no land here, they can't. They can like play they're still on a 2-turn clock here. But they just want to keep playing mana dorks and such. Oh, and givers, I'm fine with that. Get in for 1, yeah. Grizzlebrand. Merchant. So I think we actually just want to play this. And then we can just start. If we don't draw cards, we can just start using it. It's also a decent blocker if they find something else that they want to attack with. How much is... That's one thing we do need to look. Oh, well there it goes. So Umbral Mantle is 3 mana. Don't know why they didn't attack there. Because they could have... Oh, it's pay 3 to untap it? Okay, so... Still confused as to why they didn't attack, though. So, and I don't know why they put it on this. They should have put it on, like, one of the other creatures. I guess it has 0 equip cost, so it just doesn't matter. So I'm pretty sure we're dead if they play this right, but I think we have to... Oh, I did not realize I moved into combat yet, so yeah, we're definitely dead. Actually, I guess not. They can put it on a bird, and we could find a way to... yeah, I doubt it. We're probably pretty dead here. I think we just have to discard a card and draw a card. That's Fury. Which isn't going to do anything for us here. Yeah, they should just be able to cast Zerta here. Move the Umbral Mantle to the bird. I don't know why they didn't crack that fetch land. Just to have 2 options. Because like if I just went Bolt here, I guess they have the Giver, so it just doesn't matter. Yeah, so they have us here. For those of you who haven't seen this combo, Zerta makes this only cost 1 mana, so they just get to tap their bird for a mana, and then pay 1 mana, untap it, and give it +2/+2, which is just an infinitely big creature. And then they attack and kill us. So yeah, we'll just concede. That one was kind of sad that didn't get to do anything there. we're just in for the removal. Probably cut a Cathartic Reunion, Spirit Guide, and a Pentad Prism. Our combo is much faster and more powerful, so we can definitely do some things here, but we have to figure out what we want to do with our hand. We can definitely we can kill them before they do anything impactful at all. Bird is kind of annoying because it's going to force us to have another attack. Uh, I've never wanted to be on the draw more. So we skip our turn 1, and then we'd have to skip our turn 2. To discard Grizzlebrand a hand size, so then this would be turn 4 combo. I don't think we can wait on that. This is perfect. This hand's great. We'll probably just ditch the Simeon. I want to keep the Fury for sure, but yeah, no, this hand's an easy keep. This is just turn 2 kill. I really like this Zerta deck. I just don't know how good it is. It seems worse than the other creature combo decks because one of your combo pieces is just a janky artifact and it's a 3-card combo instead of the 2-card combos we've been seeing. Keep. Ditch this. Done. Blackleaf Cliffs. Go. So we're actually going to hold up Merchant for their end step just to not really reveal anything. And because we don't want to, because if we just go ahead and put a Grizzlebrand in, they're much more likely to lead off on maybe something with Graveyard Hate or something like that where they might not necessarily know what we're on right away here. That's the beauty of Merchant. Or Haggle as a card now. It's because it is an instant. It's no Faithless Looting, but it does a pretty decent job as a card overall and doesn't make Arclight Phoenix is good, so that's always fine by me. Wonder if they have Path. Not going to play around the fact that they might have Path. If they have Path, they have Path. Discard Grizzlebrand. Draw a card. Untap. Blackleaf Cliffs. Goryo's Vengeance. Grizzlebrand. Pay 7 life, draw 7 cards. Let's just go ahead and do it again. Fury, ditch 2 through the breaches. Yeah. They know we got it. And yeah, we want to stay here the same. No changes. See if we can get the good old turn 1. This deck can turn 1 the combo if you didn't already know that. So this is actually interesting. This is a line that comes up not very often, but it does come up. So what we can do is we can keep this hand, draw our card for our turn, pass, and discard Gristlebrand to hand size, and then next turn we can just go Swamp, Exile, Simian Spirit Guide, and Gorios. So we have turn 2 kill here, so we're definitely keeping. It's weird to say that, like, sometimes we want to be, like, we do this on the draw. Like, we just have turn 2 kill on the draw. We just don't want to see any graveyard hate here. Giver. That is totally fine. Okay, so now we actually, this is even better. We get to discard Ilharg. And when we discard Ilharg, then we can use Ilharg to put Gristlebrand in play when it attacks. Giver attacking for 1 does not seem like what they want to be doing. Nothing here? Just nothing. This was an absolutely insane draw. So we're still gonna go for this here, and just assume our opponent's on a bad hand. You know, if they have a way to do something, then they have a way to do something. Path to Exile, that's totally fine. We'll get our mountain. And see, now it's like we actually have been playing the game normally. Yes. Now we're going to actually put Ilharg here on the top, too. And we made that read there, you know. There's no reason for them not to be playing stuff to the board. So this turn, we don't know what we're drawing here, but it's likely going to get discarded along with a Fury of the Horde. There's a Devoted Druid. So they might just be a Devoted Druid deck, too, with the Zerta stuff in there. No, they can't be. Because, yeah, Druid just doesn't matter because they can't play Vizier and have this be their companion. So this just is the glorified Mana Dork. So a lot less scary there. Okay, so we can pitch a Through the Breach. We're just looking for lands here. Perfect. So, yep, we have the good old turn 5. We just have to hope our opponent does not kill us before that. Opponent has a lot of lands here, too. And a lot of mana. So that's the mantle. And so that, God, they actually have it here. That sucks. Why did they not kill us? Oh, because they need 1 more mana? Okay. So we're like Simian Spirit Guide or bust here? Or Merchant. Can Gorios indent something back? So we're gonna need we have to have Gorios here off the top. Discard Ilhark. A Braid was a fantastic draw. Did we get there? We have to see. Razor Roach still gets tapped. They don't have enough mana to kill us. So they have Zerda. Gonna get Swamp here to preserve as much of our life total as we can so that we can go off through the breach. Grizzlebrand. Have another path. No path. Oh, they did have the path. Alright, so let's pay 7, draw 7. Alright. And then we don't want to go... We don't want to go down any lower. Because... I guess we have the Bolt. So we're okay there. But I think this hand's actually fine. Because we just get to exile Summon Spirit God, Bolt, kill Zerda, and we untap and kill him? Sure. We'll shuffle our deck, but we don't have any more basics. Exile Summon Spirit God, Lightning Bolt Zerda. What a game. What a game of fun interactions. And because we had that, we could have drawn 7 more cards, but all that would have happened is we would have ended up discarding a lot of them. And this hand does everything that we need it to do. Another Zerda. Do they have the... They have the mantle here. They still can't kill us? Okay. So they have no cards in hand, so this is just GG's. As long as we can draw it. So... We can go for it here, but the danger of that is that if we... I guess we can go ahead and do it and we get a free draw 7. So that's probably the best thing to do. The only danger now is us fizzling, which definitely is a possibility, is a thing that can happen. Alright, so we have the stomping ground here. So we could shock and bolt Zerda, but we still die to Giver. So yeah, we just have to take another draw here and hope we get there. And we didn't. Hmm. Trying to think if we have any ways out of this. So we only have one mana to use. So it's probably just. And we know we don't have any more basics to get. So all we can do is shock and bolt. Or shock and block. But block loses to giver. Hmm. I think we lost this one, chat. I think what we have to just shock, and we can take a singular draw off of a haggle, and it has to be something good. There was our fury. Whoo, okay, there was our fury. All right, let's discard one of these and one of these. Okay. Get in for 7. Gain 7 life. Pay 7, draw 7. Simian Spirit Guide, another Fury, any of that ends it. No. No way. Did we really whiff again? We had 2 Furies left in deck. How many Simian Spirit Guides did we have? We had 2 Simian Spirit Guides. So we had a 4 outer on 20 cards. And they're going to survive at 1 life. Oh. Oh, are we supposed to hang back there? That can't be right. To hang back at 8 life and hope they don't, draw something to kill us when we have 7 looks at a card. Surely. Oh man, that'll make you sick right there. So I think they got it. Yeah. Oh man, that's brutal. Yeah. Oh, ho, ho. Yeah. End it for us, opponent. Opponent's bold too. But I guess they know we don't have Simian Spirit God Bolt. We could have had double Simian Abrade though, and they would have lost for doing this, which kind of sucks. Uh, what was her? Oh, it was the next card. Chat. Chat, why? Tons of lands. And there was the other one, and then the Simians. Did we only have one Simian spirit guide left? It's acting like we, or maybe we trimmed one. Fair. Still though, mm, with one life on both sides, that one was brutal. That was a brutal one to lose. We should have had that one, but you live and you lose. It happens. We are 1-3 now. Let's see if we can bring this home with a nice 2-3, which isn't bad for uh, a janky Tuesday Brewsday deck like this one. Oh, we should have had that one. That one should have been ours. Legitimately, that one was ours, and we just lost. In game one, we did nothing, and then, but that is the fail rate of the deck. You do have those issues where if you don't draw your furies, uh, when you need to, or God, but we had so many, like we had that one Simian Spirit Guide left of the deck and furies, and maybe we're supposed to just hold up for the next turn. So this hand needs a land that we could definitely get off this Insolent Neonate, but this feels risky. We are on the draw though, so and there are no companion decks. So I think we'll keep this. Escape Shift, Titan Shift. God, what a brutal loss that last one was. Oh, is the Obosh deck without Obosh? So you guys know, since we play Blood Moon, obviously we don't care too much about Blood Moon, but at the same time, with the way our hand is right now, it is going to be pretty brutal. All right, one lander, just sprawling up. No black mana there. It's kind of brutal. So let us go ahead and reunion. Pitch Gorios, pitch Ilharg. Found a Blackleaf Cliffs there. That's good. So we can get in for one, and then next turn we'll reanimate Ilharg. And hopefully we can find a Grizzle Daddy. Clothis. Yep, Clothis is annoying, but we're going to get our Ilharg back before they have a chance to do anything with it. So let's cast this on Ilharg. And then let's go ahead and discard Neonate, or pitch Neonate, and we'll discard probably Lightning Bolt. Then we can play Neonate and discard this Blackleaf Cliffs. Alright, so nothing doing here. We're going to get to put Merchant of the Veil in play. Get in for an extra little bit of damage. Yes, we'll go ahead and put Ilharg back on the top. Next turn, we can play our land, Cathartic Reunion away, whatever, our Merchant, and whatever we draw. Alright, so they hit a land there so they can get some extra mana. So 4 mana here. Maybe 5 off of a land. Playing, but oh god. This is the Luca deck. Yep. Felidar Guardian guarantees you hit Emrakul. Alright, so now we just have to win next turn. Fun. So, not realizing that for some reason we don't have second mountain. So that's unfortunate. I would have held back this land. So we can't actually just eat 15 here, except for the Clothis is going to kill us. Yep. Big oofs. That one was definitely a winnable game that we did not do well in. I don't think any of these cards are good. Against them, Chalice seems pretty bad. They're just kind of a combo deck, and we're a combo deck, so let's see who can combo faster. Veil doesn't seem like it does anything. A Braid might be something that's worth putting in, but it seems pretty loose. Because if they just, kill us, doesn't matter. Uh, we need Gristlebrand. This helps dig. And we also have answers to Planebound Accomplice. We gotta draw. So we have an answer to Planebound Accomplice. I don't think this hand's good enough. This hand's fine. Ditch Prism. Ditch. Stomping Ground. Yeah, this is fine. Grizzle Daddy. So, discard Cathartic Reunion. Yes. Alright, so we have turn 3 kill here. Through a Blood Moon and everything, we just have to hope we literally don't die right now. Alright, that's not it. Cool. Discard Gristlebrand. Goryo's Vengeance on Gristlebrand. Attack. Pay 7 life, draw 7 cards. Pay 7 life, draw 7 cards. Jesus, okay. Pay 7 life, draw 7 cards. Furies, please. Oh my gosh, you have got to be joking me. So we can draw 3 deeper off of our Simian Spirit Guide. So we can double Simian and Cathartic Reunion. Discard 2 of these Pentad Prisms. Exile Simian Spirit Guide, and we can Merchant of the Veil. Wow. Absolutely wow. Oh, that was brutal to hit the fail rate there, all of our Furies being in the bottom 25 of our deck. To what we drew 21, 24, 25 cards. So 25 cards, no Fury there. They're gonna hit the Goryo's Vengeance. Bolt. You gonna bolt us, opponent? That'd be the worst beats. Yep, playing Bound Accomplice. And like, didn't even hit any Gristlebrand's either, which is just slightly absurd when you think about it. Well, I did not want to move on from there, but this is fine. Oh no, no, no. Did not get the chance to bolt it before. Oh gosh, that's brutal too. Yep, we're gonna lose because of that. We have Brand on the top of our deck, I guarantee it. It's not gonna let us look, but well, that sucked. That was not very fun, but we had a good league here. Uh, this deck was at least fun to play, something to do on stream. Tonight for Tuesday Brewsday. Kind of a weird modern format where there's new decks popping up all the time, but a lot of them are just kind of the same. Like everybody's doing the same thing. You're either casting Lurrus, you're casting Primeval Titan, or you're casting Yorion, uh, or you're playing Tron, pretty much. Or some kind of fast combo that can go over the top of those decks like Adnaz. But this was interesting. We probably could have won that game. It would have been interesting to see game three, but we definitely had our deck crap on us against the Zerda Mantle deck, and then the misclick there. So, but this was fun. I think this deck is actually a great option if you want to get into modern on the cheap. Like I said, taking these Blackleaf Glyphs, fetch lands, and shock lands, and replacing them with things like Dragon Skull Summit for Boating Ruins and Smoldering Marsh, which yes, they're less consistent, and adding a few bit more basics. Yeah, that I agree that does make the deck less consistent, but it also you're looking to make it budget. You can get this deck around right around 100, $125. Which obviously you lose the veils, you lose the moons, you lose the chalices, but you can replace those things with things like Alpine Moon and extra Bantu's Last Reckoning. Here, I think I can actually show. I should be able to. I'll check real quick because I had the list pulled up earlier. Excuse me while I look at my phone, but things like Tormod's Crypt for graveyard decks, four Duresses to help against control, kind of to take this place of Vela's Summer, a Shattering Spree to answer other artifacts because it's cheaper now, and then we had two Braids and two Bantu's Last Reckonings, and then three Alpine Moons just to answer Tron, Valakut, things like that of that nature. Uh, but no, definitely, if you guys want to get a budget deck and get into modern, go up to your LGS and win a couple games just off the straight up power of Brand and cards that can put it into play before it's supposed to come into play normally. This is definitely a really fun deck. Ilhargs also are very good, and most of these cards in the main deck right here, these cards aren't very expensive. Looking on Goldfish, it's a list I have. Brands, it's going to cost you about $36 to $40 for the playset. But after that, you're looking at about $6 a piece on Ilhargs. Everything else for the playsets under $10, other than Gorios and Through the Breaches that are just over $10. Uh, and then some Dragon Skull Summons, which the playset's about $12. But on here, it's gone up a little bit, but it's about $147 in paper. So if you are looking to get into modern or try out a new deck, or maybe get a friend into modern, this is an easy deck to put together. You not have to put in too much money for it. This is cheaper than most of the decks in standard right now, and even definitely cheaper than any other like tiered deck from a Eternal format. So it's definitely an easy deck if you want to get into the modern format, and it's fun. It's competitive, as you saw right there. We had two games there where we definitely should have been able to win, and we just hit the fill rate. But we definitely uh, could have got this to a 3-2 against real modern decks. And then the other two matchups, I think are tough, but I also think if we would have drawn a little bit better, might not have been as bad. Uh, I know we mulled the five, so not blaming it on bad luck, but I do think that if we get a little bit better draws there, we probably can do a little bit better. But that just goes to show you can compete in the modern format without having to pay a ton of money for your deck. All you have to do is edit up mana base a little bit and skimp out a little bit on some valuable sideboard cards. But take these cards out right here and just play the budget version, and then slowly add to your mana base and get your mana base fixed up. Next thing you know, you're probably rocking and rolling and killing people on turn 1 or 2 with your good friend Gristle Daddy. But thank you guys for hanging out. For those of you that watch this on YouTube, I appreciate you. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content. You can also check out the rest of the channel. We got a ton of Eternal content coming up. Legacy, Modern, Pioneer, everything. Might even have a little bit of Standard coming up just because there is a big Standard tournament. We're going to see if we're going to play in that one. Not sure about it yet. It's kind of out of my realm of Eternal formats. But we also want to thank everybody that was here on the stream tonight. Thank you for hanging out and watching. Always appreciate your support. Please make sure you hit that bell icon. That way you can get notified every time we go live. Or you can follow the Twitter account at SirCheesyToGreat, just like it is right here above my head. Check that out. That's where you get to see some of our cool conversations that we have. And you can also see whenever we go live, or if we post any cool deck lists that you might want to check out, or other fun content. So thank you guys. I will see you next time, probably on Thursday. Stay cheesy.